Triton, and I am the professor's #1 apprentice.
Now, Luke, a true gentleman shall not have his face close to his mobile device.
Hello ladies and gents, and this is Meltonacious again, and if you can't tell, the angle of my recording is rather different because the location we're recording right now, the furniture have been shifted around to accommodate to anybody studying for finals, so yeah, I got put in this spot, so I had to improvise. So right now, what we're going to do is do a gameplay. Not a little walkthrough per se, but this is a game I was familiar with when it was released, but apparently I was too busy to play it. So let's get into Layton Brothers Mystery Room, where I'll accommodate with a little bit of my voice acting skills. I kind of started a file here, but I haven't begun it. File number 0, Freshly Baker, request to the Commissioner, difficulty 1 star. Here we have our main protagonist, 4 years on and still as smart. The heavens opened that night and the rain sheeted down, that fateful night when I lost my way, when he killed me. Okay, so there's a little introduction. Detective Constable Baker, are you paying attention? Darkness to whiteness to black.
Sorry, Deputy Commissioner.
If you can't notice, my phone is actually over here, but my Mac is actually showing the recorded screen.
I'm 1 mile away. Such a nice day out there. I couldn't help gazing out the window. All this sunshine must be a good omen on my first day, don't you think?
It makes no difference to anything. Maybe you'd see Lucky Red Bat. Anyway, look, don't forget you've been assigned to what can only be described as a back office. It wouldn't be at all surprised if it's closed down tomorrow, quite frankly.
It's where...
I can't even.
What's where the other cases that no one else can solve get sent, isn't it? Where the real sinkers get cracked!
Quite so, Detective Constable Baker. Don't let Deputy Commissioner Chan put you off. I'm sure you do very well there.
Thank you, Commissioner.
You'll have to work very hard to prove yourself, Baker, considering your performance up till now.
Now, I know I did particularly badly in my exams, but that's just because I had a bad balti the night before.
Don't worry, Baker. I put you with a very special inspector. He won't let you put a foot wrong. And there's not an officer in the force who can match his powers of deduction.
Eh? Really? I'll be working with someone that good, eh?
Oh yes, he's exceptional. In fact, I doubt there's a mystery he couldn't solve if he puts his mind into it.
That's grand. I'll get cracking and introduce myself right away.
Are you sure about this, Commissioner? He's so unstable. You could be putting her in danger.
We just have to have faith. For all his faults, I still believe in our Fendi Layton. That was not even a case at all. And since that was an introduction, I couldn't be able to do much of anything in my voice acting. It was horrible at first.
Sorry I'm dead. I'm dead sorry I'm late. I'm the new... Oh? Where's everyone?
Ah, damn it, my friend messaged me in the middle of recording. But the show must go on.
Well, seeing as if I've got the place to myself, I might as well have a practice. Ahem! The true culprit of the crime is you!
An unlikely deduction, I must say.
Oh, no, I'm...
Who are you?
Lucy, I mean Baker. Lucy Baker. I've just been assigned to this office.
Ah, yes, I do seem to recall reading some memo about a new assistant the other day.
That's me. Pleased to meet you. I don't think I caught your name.
Oh, yes, sorry. I haven't introduced myself yet, have I? I'm Alfendi Layton, Inspector Layton around here. But please don't feel obliged to stick to formalities when you address me.
Oh, well then. Seeing as you'll be showing me the ropes and whatnot, how can I call you Prof?
I'm not entirely sure that's appropriate. Certainly my father, who is an actual university professor, would not approve. Layton fans would get.
Well, you did say there's no need to stick to formalities, didn't you? Prof it is then.
Just bear in mind that I haven't decided if this will be a permanent position for you or not.
Eh?
A rather interesting new case has cropped up as it happens. The perfect opportunity to prove yourself.
And that's how I got started working with the professor. And Prof, the first case were at a hotel in a popular seaside town. A young lass was killed on the balcony of her room. There were 3 suspects. I thought a lot of them were dead, to be honest. But the proof somehow seemed to know who'd done it from the start. And that the key to solving the whole thing were in that sandwich.
File number 1, the hand sandwich. Or should it be called the handwich? Let me talk you through the case. It happened just a few days ago at a hotel in a very busy holiday resort.
Ew! It's a swanky looking place.
Yes, it's a 5-star hotel with a wonderful sea view. Unfortunately, at this occasion, it was also the scene of a murder.
Oh, a murder, eh?
Yes, the victim was a woman by the name of Sandy Aldrich. Well, that's quite a creative name. Sandy Aldrich, victim 23 years old, female, murdered while on holiday with lover, a well-off and well-to-do young woman whose immaculate appearance belied a checkered history with the opposite sex. Though she stayed at the hotel alone on several prior occasions, this time she was with her lover. On the afternoon in question, Miss Aldrich contacted room service to order a sandwich. It was the bellboy, Mr. Zach Carrier, who brought the order to the room. He's the first suspect. At Miss Aldrich's request, he took it out to her on the terrace. After Carrier left the room, a man claiming to be Miss Aldrich's lover turned up.
Claiming to be?
Yes, this is where it gets a little complicated. You see, the man who turned up at the hotel that day stubbornly refuses to identify himself.
Sounds pretty guilty if you ask me.
He let himself in using a key card that she sent him.
So you never saw or spoke to the victim in the room, eh?
If you believe his statement, that's what he's saying.
I don't know. Withholding his identity? That's dead fishy.
Yes, anyway, let me tell you the rest. The supposed lover of Miss Aldrich put this "Please make up my room" sign on the door handle as he left. That brings us to the next suspect, a hotel cleaner who saw the sign and went in to clean the room. Her name is Vera Wipowski. She started to clean the room as normal. At some point she drew the closed curtains back and noticed that Aldrich was outside on the terrace. Seeing her slumped over the table, it seems Wipowski thought that Aldrich had just fallen asleep. But sadly, that wasn't the case. She'd been strangled to death. And she lay there with one hand inside the sandwich she'd ordered.
Eh? A hand sandwich?
Yes, Aldrich's hand was sandwiched between the two slices of bread along with the other fillings.
Whatever could that mean?
If you manage to work that out, you'll pass my test.
Oh. Well, I'll do my best.
Good, right. Well, let's see what we have on the suspects so far. I have to clear my throat.
Okay, I'm all ears.
As I've said, we're looking at three possible suspects. Firstly, the mystery man who claims to have been the victim's lover. He does admit to having been in the room at around the time of the murder. Well, the London police force has done a good job at IDing the man. However, he claims he never saw or spoke to her.
So, do you think she was someone else then?
Either that, or she was on the terrace and he simply didn't notice. It seems the curtains were closed when he came into the room. I've already confirmed that it's impossible to see anything on the terrace with the curtains shut.
Still, you think he'd figure it out? I mean, you know, wouldn't you? If you were lovers.
I'm just reading the ID back and forth.
And he won't tell us his name. Come on, do you really have to look any further? It were him.
Let's just move on to the next suspect, shall we? Before making any rash judgments. So, the bellboy, Zach Carrier, he's the one who brought the sandwich the victim had ordered to her room. In truth, he's a clean freak and a narcissist who spends hours in front of it. Well, he certainly looks suspicious.
And this Carrier fellow, he saw Aldrich when she was still alive, didn't he?
If you believe his statement, then yes, he's the last person to have seen the victim alive.
I'd say that's worth double checking then, eh?
Finally, the last suspect is the cleaner, Vera Wipowski. She saw the service request sign on the door and entered the room to clean it, then discovered the body. Hotel cleaner, mother attack. I doubt that this woman is the suspect, honestly. I really doubt it.
The one who discovered the body, eh? Fishy.
And that's everyone who's under suspicion. The most intriguing thing about this case, of course, is why Aldrich's hand ended up in her sandwich.
Aye, that Sonny's the right brain teaser, no mistake.
Obviously, it couldn't have just happened by chance. It clearly has some meaning.
Okay, I follow you. I'll be sure to have a good look into the sandwich.
So now you have all the information. Who do you think the culprit is?
Eh? Just off the top of my head, you mean? Hadn't I better take a look at the crime scene, loot all that stuff first.
The crime scene's available for your inspection just over there.
Over there? How do you mean?
Have a look. Oh. Level 5 must have thought of this line at the same time they were like dubbing Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright. Like father, like son.
By egg, Prof! What's this?
This is the Reconstruction device. It faithfully reproduces any crime scene right down to the minutiae. It completely eliminates any need to leave the office and travel to the real scene of the crime. That's right. Considering that this takes place after the Professor Layton series, it's obvious they would have the technology to have this demonstration.
I had no idea modern policing was so advanced.
Well, actually, you won't find a machine like this anywhere else. It's one of a kind. So, shall we get down to the actual investigative business now? I'm expecting a visitor soon, so I'll limit you to 5 minutes, I think.
What? Just 5 minutes?
Don't worry, Lucy. I'm well aware it's hard for you to determine a culprit based on your current knowledge of the case. Why don't you tell me what your gut instinct is, first of all? Who do you feel like the criminal is? Listening to your hunches is a vital part of the process. After that, we'll start making some deductions.
Understood, Prof.
So right now, I'm going through the game's sort of beginner tips. And I'm evaluating the crime scene as thoroughly as I can. Because I'm only given 5 minutes to investigate, I'm not really reading into the evidence much. There's usually someone hides something inside a plant, such as this tie. There's a receipt. So I use only 30 seconds to gather information, but I'll overlook the evidence later. But since we're cutting short on time, let's see who I think the suspect is. Well, I doubt it's Vera. Well, here's the thing. I think half the people would say the victim's lover because he says because of his demeanor. But then again, the waiter looks more suspicious. At the same time, when the incident occurred, around the time before or after the incident, he was there with the victim and delivered her sandwich. So between now and after he left, he could have killed her. And the victim's lover, well, there's no certain information saying that he went outside to greet his lover. So he doesn't particularly know about it. I say my gut goes with the waiter. I see, and what's your reasoning?
Well, he was the last person to see Aldrich alive. And if it were him, it would make the statements of the other two add up nicely.
Yes, that's true. Of course, you could say exactly the same about the other two suspects. Those facts alone aren't enough to prove anything.
No, I suppose not.
Second person who interrupt my recording, but the show must go on. Or it must end as quickly as possible.
Do you have a better idea then, Prof? Do you think you know who did it?
Oh yes, certainly. According to my deductions, I'm 97.6% sure of the killer's identity.
You only worked in one decimal place? I'm shocked.
As a chemist, I would say, you only work to one sig fig? The fact is, this is unusually simple case. I've been able to ascertain almost exactly what happened on the day of the incident. Nevertheless, there's a 2.4% window of uncertainty which I cannot be ignored.
Because the helpful fellow that won't tell us his name, is it?
Naturally, that's one area of uncertainty, yes.
So it were the nameless wonder after all, eh? There have been alarm bells ringing in my head ever since you said you were claiming to be the lass's boyfriend. Aye, this were a crime of passion.
What? Okay. I'm running out of voice. So the next part of the first case, we're gonna be talking to this guy, and we'll see if we can get if we can extract any sort of information out of him. So, until part 2 of case 1, this is Meltonacious signing out. Or should I say, Inspector of the Law signing off. Good day to you.